Okay, so the past couple weeks I've been trying to get my power windows to get working again on my 1975 Lincoln Continental. And so first off, I've been going back and forth if it was the switch, the fuse, the wiring, or the motor. So I had to test them all. So first I took off the door panel, and I had to get the window back on track too, because it all come undone. This little triangle window here, I have to get that back on the track too, but first I have to get the whole window motor and everything running so I can put it back in there. So what I did first is I tested the fuses, and so the power window fuse is that one right there, that squarish one with the gold writing on it, and the power seat one is the one right there, and they're both the same, amperage and everything. So I just switched them because the power seats were working, but the power windows weren't. After I switched them, it stayed the same. The power seats still worked, the windows didn't. So I knew the fuses were good. Next, I had to test out the wiring. So I had to take off this little power switch here. Using a test meter, I tested the amount of amps going into the motor, and I found out that was good. I think it was 12, which is what it's supposed to be, I'm pretty sure. So next I had to test the switch. So what I did is I just kind of kept messing around with it, jiggling back and forth, and I managed to get the motor running. It went back and forth, up and down a couple times, and stopped, and I kept jiggling it, and it was kind of going back and forth. So I figured out the motor was good, but it was the switch that's broken. So I took off this little housing here, and it came with these two little copper sensor pieces. And since this window's been open for so long, sitting in the rain and the weather, these copper switches or sensors have turned kind of a greenish color, so they're no longer sensitive. So I have to get a whole new switch housing, which I can get on the internet for about $85. So that fixes my problem there. And yeah, the passenger window motor works. It's just now this switch is broken, and I think the other switch is broken too, or it might just be this one which activates that one too. So